It's show and tell. Today I'm showing you one of my prized possessions, which is this box that dates back to the 1800s. It is made of gutta percha, a material that back then was thought to be miraculous. Indeed it was, because it could be heated up, molded into whatever shape you desired, cooled down, and it would retain its shape. Where did it come from? It came from Malaysia. The latex of a tree, very much like the rubber tree. And when this latex is allowed to stay out in the sun, the moisture evaporates and you have left behind this plastic material made of polyisoprene that can be molded. And when it's molded under heat, it can be cooled down and it retains its shape. All kinds of interesting objects besides boxes were made of gutta percha, jewelry of all kinds, and this was exhibited in 1851 at the famous Crystal Palace exhibit in London. People flocked to see these wondrous items made of gutta percha. And then there was another interesting invention that relied on gutta percha, and that was the so-called gutty, and that was the golf ball. Before this time, golf balls were made of leather stuffed with feathers. They didn't last very long, but the gutty made of gutta percha did. But that was not the most important contribution of this material. It was used as insulation around cables, something that was first noted by Michael Faraday, who found that it had great insulating abilities. And it coated the first transatlantic cable, allowing transmission of telegraph information across the ocean. And it was 2,500 miles of cable that were laid, and all of it was sheathed in gutta percha because it did not react with salt water. Today, we have superior plastics. Even as coating for cables, it has been replaced by polyethylene and other modern materials. But we still have the interesting history of the gutta percha golf ball and this box. Today, there's still one use of gutta percha, and that is in endodontics. If you ever have to have a root canal done, after they've taken out the pulp from the tooth and cleaned out the root, it is filled with gutta percha because it does not react with human tissues. It is inert, and it will take on the exact shape of the root. So there it is, our show and tell for today. My box made of gutta percha, and inside of it, my golf ball made of gutta percha. And indeed, it revolutionized golf in the UK because now you didn't have to pay a lot of money for a new golf ball after, half a round, because the feather balls didn't last long, but these did. And people started to flock to golf courses because now they had usable balls. And the St. Andrews golf course, the famous one in Scotland, which used to be 9 holes, was split into 18 holes, each fairway split into 2 to be played in opposite directions, because so many people were taking up golf because the gutta percha ball made it available to the middle classes. And that for today is our show and tell